Alright, so today we were talking about adding integers, and your adding integers rules are if you have the same sign, meaning if they're both negatives or they're both positives, you need to add the absolute value and keep the signs. And I'll explain that better in a minute. But if they have different signs, so if they're negative and positive, and remember if there's no sign in front, it means it's positive, or positive and negative, you subtract the absolute values and keep the sign of the greatest absolute value. So when we're looking at this, they have the same signs, so add the absolute value. So basically what that means is forget the sign out front right now. Just look at the number, 2 and 13. Add those two numbers together. 2 plus 13 is 15. And then it says keep the signs. Since they were both negative, it's going to stay negative. The next one, they're both positive, so again we have the same signs, and add the absolute value. Just look at the numbers, no signs yet. 10 and 18, well 10 plus 18, and if you need to, do it off to the side and do longhand. 8 plus 0 is 8, 1 plus 1 is 2, so we get 28. And they're both positive, so the answer will be positive. Keep the signs. Now, the other ones are all with different signs, a negative and then a positive. And so with this, you're going to subtract the absolute values, and when you do this, again, don't look at the signs, just look at 6 and 10. Always take the largest minus the smallest. 10 minus 6 is 4. And then it says keep the sign of the greatest absolute value. Well, 10 is bigger than 6, and 10 is positive, so your answer will be positive. With the next one, 12 and 16, so you take your largest number, 16 minus 12, that's 4 again. This time, the largest number was 16, that was negative. And again, you're looking at the sign of the greatest absolute value. So some people look at this and say, well, 12 is way bigger than negative 16, but it's just looking at the value itself, 12 and 16. 16 is largest, so your answer will be negative. Then the last one, 4 and negative 2, and we add those, notice different signs, so we're going to subtract. 4 is larger than 2, so 4 minus 2 is 2. And the largest number, we keep the sign. 4 is bigger, so it's positive. Your answer will be positive. Those are your addition rules.